There's a Spanish saying that goes, Si ya te acostaste, no salgas. A common belief that warns us that if you're already in bed and you get a last minute call to go out, you should not go. It's believed that you're altering the order of your life and possibly bring misfortunes. And in today's story that I'm going to be telling you today, you'll understand why. Back in March of 1989, the Texas border was alive. College students would constantly cross into Mexico for a wild weekend. Spring break was around, and everyone was having a good time. But unfortunately, Mark never made it back. Mark was a 21-year-old pre-med student. He was smart and driven, the kind of son every parent brags about. On the night he disappeared, he had gotten separated from his friends. Witnesses later said they saw him walking alone, and that's when a beaten down truck pulled up and took him. And unfortunately, no screams could be heard over the loud music, and Mark was just simply gone. Days had gone by, then those days turned into weeks. His parents searched relentlessly. They went as far as putting flyers, going to interviews, even as far as saying their pleas to the media. But what investigators would eventually uncover was something far darker than a simple kidnapping. 40 miles south of the border, police raided a remote property, a ranch surrounded by scrub brush and silence. It belonged to a man named Adolfo Constanzo. To some, he was a spiritual healer, to others, a drug trafficker, but behind closed doors, he was something else. He was a cult leader. Constanzo practiced a twisted version of Palo Mayombe. He had convinced his followers that human sacrifice would grant them protection, that it would make them invisible to law enforcement and immune to bullets, practically untouchable. They believed that blood was power and they needed more of it. When authorities ended up searching the ranch, they had found a metal cauldron, an enganga, filled with human remains. Teeth, bones, shard fragments. 15 bodies were buried on that land, and among them was Mark. Some victims had been mutilated, some as far as being tortured, and some even dismembered for ritual use. Investigators described the scene as one of the most disturbing crime discoveries in modern Mexican history. Even seasoned officers were shaken. Constanzo ended up fleeing to Mexico City, and when police had closed in on him, he had ordered one of his followers to unalive him, rather than letting him be captured. And just like that, the self-proclaimed High Priest of Death was gone. But unfortunately, the horror didn't end there. Authorities believe that the cult had been operating for years, and some victims were never identified. Some families still don't know where their loved ones are. And to this day, locals still avoid talking about the ranch. It's still believed that there's activity going on in this place. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys watching my videos. Make sure to drop a like and comment down below what you'd like to see next.